Dear students, welcome back. Now we will see the coordination and integration of ventilatory motions and also normal sequence of chest wall motions during breathing. Okay, the coordination and integration of the skeletal muscular chest wall components during breathing. During breathing is not easily understood or measured. So more recent studies have used EMG techniques, electrical stimulations, and also sophisticated computerized motion analysis techniques. So some analysis and descriptions of chest wall motions and muscular actions are published. Okay, now the complexity of the coordinated actions of many muscles. So we have seen number of muscles, so many muscles which helps in ventilation, primary muscles and accessory muscles, isn't it? So that means the complexity is increasing when any other muscles are added to this complex structure. Okay, so the complexity of the coordinated action of the many muscle groups involved even in quiet breathing may be apparent at this point, what we have discussed in the earlier sessions. Okay, and many of the muscles also participate in other activities other than respiration. We have seen so many muscles, isn't it? So not only with respiration, they are participating in other functions also, like including speech, in defecation and maintenance of posture. So the muscles which helps in respiration are also doing this functions. Okay, so a high and complex level of coordination is necessary for all these muscles to carry out these alternate activities and breathing at the same time. సో ఒక్కొక్క మజిల్కి 2 యాక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, రెస్పిరేషన్తో పాటు ఇంకా అదర్ ఫంక్షన్స్ కూడా చేస్తుంది. లైక్ మాట్లాడడానికి కొన్ని మజిల్స్ యూజ్ అవుతుంది, సో డెఫికేషన్కి కొన్ని మజిల్స్ యూజ్ అవుతుంది, అండ్ పాస్చర్ మెయింటెనెన్స్కి కొన్ని మజిల్స్ యూజ్ అవుతున్నాయి. సో దీస్ మజిల్స్ హ్యాస్ టు వర్క్ అలాంగ్ విత్ ద రెస్పిరేషన్కి యూజ్ అవుతూ ఈ వర్క్స్ కూడా చేయాలన్నమాట. సో దట్ మీన్స్ a high and complex level of coordination is necessary for these muscles to carry out these alternate activities and breathing at the same time. So breathing and action, మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు కూడా మనం బ్రీత్ చేస్తాం. సో మాట్లాడడానికి యూజ్ అయ్యే మజిల్స్ కూడా రెస్పిరేషన్కి యూజ్ అవుతుంది. సో దీస్ టూ మజిల్స్, the same muscles are working at the same time for both the activities. So that means a very high and complex level of coordination is required for these muscles to carry out these alternate activities and also breathing at the same time. Okay, so this is a PhD topic, we can call it as this coordination, because many muscles are included here. We need so many values and everything to calculate how much frequency these muscles are working at the same time. We have to calculate that kind of things. So this can be studied in higher levels, but you should understand at this level is, so there are many muscles which are working along with breathing as well as the other activities which are done by those muscles. Okay, so that point you have to understand now. And now we will see the normal sequence of chest wall motions during breathing. So, what is happening during normal breathing? Okay, so when observing this chest wall and the abdomen, okay, abdomen and the chest wall of a normal healthy person during quiet breathing. So, during quiet breathing in a healthy person, now we are going to see the sequence. So, first, what happens? The diaphragm contracts. So, what will happen? So, the diaphragm will descend. So, the diaphragm contracts. So, the diaphragm descends. The central tendon, so this dome is going to move caudally. The dome is move caudally. Yes, so ఇక్కడ ఉండాల్సింది కిందకి వెళ్తుంది. The central tendon moves caudally. So ఇది కిందకి వెళ్ళగానే what happens to the pressure? The intra-abdominal pressure increases. So once the intra-abdominal pressure increases, so what happens? The abdominal contents. So what are the contents present? So the abdominal organs which are present in the abdomen causes this pressure causes this abdominal contents to displace. సో ఇక్కడ ఉండాల్సింది ఏమవుతుంది, ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది. సో వెన్ డయాఫ్రమ్ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిందంటే ఇక్కడున్న ఆర్గాన్స్ ఏమవ్వాలి, ఇక్కడున్నవి మూవ్ అవ్వాలి. సో దాట్ మీన్స్ డిస్ప్లేస్. సో ద అబ్డామినల్ కంటెంట్స్ ఆర్ డిస్ప్లేస్ సచ్ దట్ the anterior epigastric abdominal wall is pushed outward. So this is the anterior epigastric abdominal wall is pushed out. That is anterolateral abdominal expansion is taking place. Okay, so this thing is observed in the abdomen. So then what happens? So once the intra-abdominal pressure is increased and the diaphragm is descended caudally, so these are the vertical fibers, isn't it? So these become horizontal. Then what happens? These are called as appositional fibers, we can call it as. So this appositional vertical fibers pull the lower ribs. So here the lower ribs are cut. So the pull the lower ribs upward and outward, resulting in lateral movement of the lower chest, సో ఇక్కడ చూస్తాం మనం. సో ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది, సో ఇది డోమ్ ఇలా ఉన్నప్పుడు దిస్ ఇస్ ద కండిషన్. వన్స్ దిస్ డోమ్ బికమ్స్ ఫ్లాటెండ్, సో ఫ్లాటన్ అయినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే, సో ద సెంట్రల్ టెండాన్, the dome is lost. So what is happening? The fibers, ఇలా ఉన్న ఫైబర్స్ ఏమైంది, హారిజాంటల్. దిస్ pull of this fibers causes upward and lateral movement. సో నీకు అప్పుడేమవుతుంది, సో దిస్ విల్ మూవ్ లైక్ దిస్, upward and outward movement, that is called as lateral movement taking place, lateral movement of the rib cage taking place. So simply we can call it as lateral movement of the lower chest takes place. Okay, following abdominal expansion with continued inspiration. So already abdominal expansion అయిపోయింది, అవుట్వర్డ్ లోయర్ రిబ్ కేజ్ అవుట్వర్డ్ మూమెంట్, లేటరల్ మూమెంట్ జరిగింది. తర్వాత ఏమైంది, విత్ continued inspiration, still after that stage, so expiration has to take place. Still if you continue inspiration, actually the parasternals, so the muscles which are present by the side of the sternum called as parasternals, and the scalene anterior and posterior and medial scalene muscles, and the levator costorum. So the levator costorum which is present on the posterior aspect. causes. So these muscles actively rotate the upper ribs, and elevate the sternum, resulting in upward and outward movement. Upward and outward movement causes thoracic expansion in the upper rib cage. Causes thoracic expansion in the upper rib cage. Okay, so the lateral, this one here we can see the lateral and anterior motions of the chest can occur simultaneously. సో పెద్ద టైం ఏం తీసుకోదమ్మా, ఒక్కసారి లోయర్ రిబ్ కేజ్ దట్ ఈస్ ద బకెట్ హ్యాండిల్ మూమెంట్ అవ్వగానే వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్, still inspiration is continued, the upper rib cage is expanding, okay, with the help of parasternal, scalene and levatorous costorum, causes pump handle movement. Okay, this is the normal sequence of the chest wall during inspiration, and expiration during quiet breathing is passive. With recoil of all these elastic components of the lungs and chest wall, the expiration occurs. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏవేవైతే ఎక్స్పాండ్ అయ్యాయో అవన్నీ అగైన్ ఆల్ దీస్ come to its original positions, that is called elastic recoiling of the elastic components of the lungs and chest wall during quiet breathing causes expiration. So this is the normal sequence of the chest wall motions during breathing. Again we will see what happens. So in a normal healthy person during quiet breathing, first the diaphragm contracts and the central tendon moves caudally, so which increases the intra-abdominal pressure, and the abdominal contents are displaced, that means which causes anterolateral expansion of the abdomen. Then what happens, the oppositional fibers or the vertical fibers pull the lower ribs upward and outward, resulting in lateral expansion of the lower chest, and simultaneously if the inspiration continued, the parasternals, scalene muscles and the levatorous costorum actively rotate the upper chest, leading to anterior movement of the upper chest, causes inspiration. So with this, these are the movements taking place in the quiet inspiration, and the expiration is done passively with the recoiling of all these elastic components of the lungs and chest wall. So this is the normal sequence of the chest wall motions during breathing. Okay, in the next video we will see the developmental aspects of structure and function of this rib cage. What are the skeletal changes, what are the articular changes, and what are the muscular changes, and also changes in the normal structure and function when it occurs, like in pregnancy, scoliosis, and some in obstructive pulmonary diseases. What will happen to what are the changes we can see in the ventilatory movements as well as the structural changes, how these structural changes affect this ventilation, we will see in the next session. Okay, thank you.